Ready? What up? Let's get to it. So the winter arc is here. Don't get caught in the fog. Will you let winter break you, huh? That is the question for everyone, correct? Yeah, heavy. Will you let winter break you, baby? You know the cold. The cold breaks majority of people, correct? Heavy, yeah, in all different ways, right? We know what the winter time brings, heavy, and I'm not just talking about the cold weather, huh? You hear me? It goes way more beyond the cold weather, man. When I say the cold breaks people, the winter breaks people, huh? Heavy, dog, no way around it, correct? Hmm. Whether it's breaking people in their physical activity, huh? They stop going to the gym, stop working out, start eating bullshit on the daily. You hear me? Getting overall lazy. You hear me? You know? The winter time is hard to get up in the mornings, especially if you're in a regimen or a certain schedule, or it's hard to want to go outside when it's cold. You hear me? Want to go to the gym when it's cold, right? So a lot of people just fuck up, say fuck it on their regimens, on their workout plans, their meals, etc. Huh? Heavy, you know. Humans gain a lot of weight, huh? Gain a lot of weight during the winter, huh, man? We know what's up. You dig me. You dig me. You get my drift. Right. They say forget it all. Forget it all. They're going to eat the pizzas, the hot dogs, the burgers, the sweets on a consistent basis, not a cheat day or a cheat meal. Huh? It's going to be a motherfucking cheat meal, cheat day fucking spree round yonder. You hear me? Depending on the individual, you know? But the winter breaks people, man. Heavy. You just can't let it break you. We won't let it break us. I repeat, we won't let it break us. Huh? You hear me, dog? Heavy. Big warrior here. Babylon, stay aware. The biggest. You hear me? Heavy, dog. Believe that there, round yonder. But we will not let it break us. Why? Yeah. Why? What you mean, why, bro? You got to put the work in, huh? Huh? We've been putting the work in, huh? Mental fortitude, baby. Training, heavy, bro. Huh? No matter what, huh? Yeah, rest day here or there, depending on how the body feels. You have to listen to your body, huh? You hear me, dog? Judge your body. You can hear your body better than anyone else, right? Especially if you're tapped in, spiritually tapped in, or just tapped in with self heavy, huh? You hear me, dog? Yeah. You know how your body feels. You know your body, dog, more than a doctor, huh? More than your mom, your sister, a trainer, etc., etc. Boom. Majority of the problem is people just don't want to put the work in. Yeah, that's it, dad. People just don't want to put the real work in. Or if they do start to, they don't want to continue to stay disciplined on the journey, on the path, etc., etc., etc. You hear me, dog? Yeah, man. That's what it be. Period. That's why you see a lot of people January 1st, the new year, or here we go again. Same story, same tune again, right? January, everybody signing up for the gym, talking about they going to eat healthier, running to the grocery store, buying up all the fruits, vegetables, and shit, almond milk, oat milk type shit. You hear me, dog? Acting like thinking they really finna get bowed it, fool. You hear me, huh? Heavy, man. No cap about it, baby. You hear me? Hands down, man, down. Then you see them a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. They back to the same old ways, huh? Heavy, huh? Yeah, man. Winter breaks them. Winter is breaking them. You hear me? They don't stay focused. They fall victim to the temptation, to the damn cookies and cakes, ice creams, etc. TV shows, sports, liquor, alcohol, boom, man, drugs, boom, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, period, dog. And they give up and say, fuck it. Yeah, not us, not we, not I. Huh? You hear me? Yeah. Huh? Not big warrior, baby. Huh? And you bet not either. To all my warriors out there, whatever you worrying through. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Man and woman, yo. Heavy. You hear me? Huh? Better not fucking fold and stop. Yeah, dog. You know? Huh? But a lot of people, that's one aspect. Yeah. The code gonna break them physically because they gonna allow it. Yeah. You hear me? You know? Shit. Fuck that. That's why you gotta grind. Gotta continue to train. Huh? Train your mental as well. Huh? But the physical, the working out, train your mental. You know, this is much more about mental. This training shit, you know? Fuck what the fitness room talking about. That's all gimmicks, baby. That's all cookies and cream. We eat that shit. We eat that shit. You hear me? You excuse me. You know? We eat that shit, dog. Heavy, homie. No cap. You hear me? For real, though. For real, though, baby. Cookies and cream, peaches and cream, nigga. Sweet shit over there round yonder for the majority. Now, shout out to the real, very few warriors who putting it in. You hear me, dog? Really getting in and getting after in it. But a lot of that fitness realm shit, pussy, man. Watered down, dog. Just like the industry, the entertainment industry, and every other level of the realm. Like I always say, the workplace compared to anything, you know, to the celebrity workspace, etc. Boom, bam. Thank you, man. Ma'am, give me my peanut butter with my jam. Heavy, homie. You hear me? Huh? Same shit, bro. Heavy, man. You know? Same shit, different levels, bro. Heavy. Straight up. That's what it is, bro. One aspect of it. Other people, it breaks them because they land up with the wrong person. You know the winter time. You know what they say. What the hell they call this shit, huh? Cuddle season. You know what I'm saying? Fuck buddy season, huh? Whatever the shit is they calling it now. Whatever, man. Everybody lay it up, be booed up, lay it up. Oh, you know this could be us, but you playing what, nigga? What, bitch? Huh? That be some of the people's problems right there when it come around. You know? Yeah. On top of them feeling depressed, heavy, huh? You know, dealing with the bad weather, the cold weather that will enhance depression if you allow it, depending on where you are mentally, you know, right? Stupid, dumb nigga. But yeah, bruh, can enhance that depression. So on top of that, they lay it up having sex with this individual, this man or woman who they know they shouldn't be. Huh? You hear me, dog? But they settle, they do it. Boom. You hear me? Yeah, that depression gets to them, you know? Those spirits get to them. You know that lustful shit gets to them, man. You hear me? The spirit of the alcohol, because we know during the winter, people's alcohol intake increases during the winter, huh? You know, bottom line, period, bro. Yeah. So people drinking, you hear me? Some people still doing the drugs, you hear me? On top of that, fucking around, you know, sex buddies, relationships, this and that, all that, bro. Boom. You hear me? Trauma on top of trauma, man. You know, demons on top of demons, man. You know, evil on top of evil, man. You know, you hear me, dog? Heavy. So they spend the whole winter laid up with this motherfucker who they knew know they shouldn't be laid up with. You hear me? Hmm? Yeah. What you think the outcome gonna be? They ain't gonna be working out. They ain't gonna be eating right. They ain't gonna be doing nothing, focusing on them. No, they ain't gonna be healing. You hear me? They ain't gonna be getting them spirits off them. You hear me, dog? Heavy. You hear me, dog? Period. They're gonna be back in the cycle of trauma, exchanging bad energy, etc. And then boom, when it's all said and done, you know, heavy, it's over with, back to square one, toxic shit, same old cycle again, bickering, beefing, oh, it's not working, it doesn't work, it won't ever work, it will never work. Nigga, you hear me, dog? Huh? Period, dog. Huh? Yeah. And a lot of people spend cycles and cycles, years and years, decades and decades of wasted time, man. Wasted time. You hear me, bro? Heavy. Period. You know? But that's just what it is. Some people refuse to change, don't want to change. Like I always say, you will hurt yourself trying to change someone who does not want to change or who does not want to be saved. Period, man. I stand on that 10 toes down, like it or not. That's just what it is. That's the world we live in. Babylon, stay aware. Yeah. But cuddle buddy season, all that type shit, gonna break you motherfuckers. Heavy. You hear me? You know? Period, man. The winter, the cold. You hear me? You can either face it or run from it. Period. Heavy, dog. Straight up. That's just what it is, bro. So which side are you on? Which side will you choose? You hear me, dog? Heavy, you know? A new season. Yeah, people on a certain journey, maybe a spiritual journey, if they know what I'm talking about. You know, a new season, new task, potentially new battles, huh? New spirits, potentially heavy, homie. You hear me, dog? You know, you got to have real discernment at this point in time, but every point in time, you know, man. But most people walking around not in their right mind, so they ain't got no discernment. Heavy, you hear me? They can't read a motherfucker, huh? You hear me? Heavy, you know, dog. Period. And most of the time, if they do, they reading that motherfucker wrong. You hear me, dog? Heavy, bro. That's just the world we live in. But so many people run around, walking around, talking about spirituality. This chosen with this, you know, chosen ones. This know it all. This boom, boom. This God. This Jesus. This. You know. You hear me, dog? But it's so funny. They don't even know themselves. I repeat, huh? It's so funny. They don't even know themselves, man. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Period. Huh? Come on, bro. And to other so-called religious people who practice, worship, and believe and stand on religion, you know, doesn't every religion, whatever you speak on, say God is within, huh? Heavy, dog. You hear me? Period. You know? Heavy, bro. You know? Huh? Let me know. Fire them comments up, man. Let me know. Don't be shy. Bitch. You hear me? Everybody welcome. You hear me? Psych, stop the cap, nigga. You know, bro. Heavy, bro. You hear me, dog? Yeah. I must be aware. You must be aware, dog. Hmm? Yes, there is a God, a higher power, but don't you also have a God within? Huh? You hear me, dog? Let me know, man. Especially the religious people who believe it's only one way, who think it's their way or the highway. Let me know, man. Let me know. You hear me? Heavy, man. Huh? And even God, like, you know, isn't it a sin to be slothful, to be lazy? You hear me, dog? Since people want to use religion when it's convenient, right? According to the Bible and scriptures, some scriptures, huh? It's bad to be what? Out of shape, you hear me? Not take care of your temple, be extremely overweight, maybe, I mean, you know, or unhealthy, period. Heavy, huh? You hear me, though? I'm just asking, you know, I'm asking these questions. Let it be known, man. Once again, fire them comments up. Yeah, especially if you are a religious person, your beliefs, you believe this way or that way. Let me know, man. Believe what you believe. Do what you do. If it helps you, do you, boo boo. Do you. You hear me, man? Hands down, man down. Huh? Right? Who would I be to sit up here and say something works or something works or something doesn't work, or bash what someone believes, or bash someone for not believing like me potentially, right? You know? Huh? Yeah. Right, dog. Heavy. Period. And I can bash you fake ass Christians, you know? That's running around the world, around yonder. I can bash them. Don't give a damn. You hear me, homie? Heavy. People evil as the devil, but kicking that Christianity bullshit to the people. Oh yeah, I can get at them heavy, man. Hands down, man down, 1,000, right? I don't care who got a problem with that there, huh? With that there. Hell nah, baby. Let's get it, baby. You hear me? Straight up, dog. You know? Mm. But it's a lot, man. So don't let the winter break you. Don't let the cold, dreary, rainy days, maybe snowy days, right? Dark, cloudy days. Don't let them break your mental. Keep your mental strong, heavy. Huh? That's where it starts, man. Heavy, though. Yeah. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But at the end of the day, period, man, if you want to change and face it, even if you may need more time or more help, whatever the case may be. If you want to face it and change it, you hear me? Heavy, huh? And really face it, whatever the root of the problem or problem may be, or whatever it is you're going through. Oh, yeah, you know? hmm It's definitely a battle, man, because even when you may be going through it, you got to keep pushing and stand on certain standards, huh? Stand on certain morals and principles and integrities and disciplines, even if you may not want to, even if it gets difficult, right? Even if it gets hard, huh? You hear me, homie? Heavy, baby. You hear me? Point blank, period, man. You got to keep going, got to keep pushing. And that's the thing everybody can't or doesn't want to do. Heavy, bro. That's part of it, man. So you got to kick in even more, right? Yeah. Some may have a more difficult route than others. You hear me? Heavy. You hear me? Yeah. But you embrace it. You find the beauty in it, the beauty in the journey, man. Whatever, huh? Especially if no matter what, God and the Spirit's got you, huh? You hear me, dog? That you're walking and sticking to a certain path, man. No matter what happens, what trials, tribulations, obstacles may come. You hear me, dog? If you may veer off, you get back on. Oh, hell to the yeah. Bitch, yeah. Huh? You hear me? You get back on that motherfucker around yonder. No cap, man. Stand on that. 10 toes down, homie. Heavy, huh? Yeah. But the winter is coming, and they say it will be a cold one. A cold one. You hear me, dog? So how will you handle it? Will you fight back or let the winter win? The winter arc is here, baby. Don't get caught in the fog. You hear me? Big warrior here. Babylon, stay aware. Yeah.